Welcome to the first episode of What's Your Favorite Scary Movie? And today, for our first guest, we have Max, aka Dead Meat Fan. There's
Hello, everyone. I
there's the
am
man
joined.
with the entrance.
Yep, I'm back.
How you doing today?
And I'm back on other channels besides my own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
So for the list of movies that you gave me, you chose with Final Destination 2.
That is correct.
Now tell me why Final Destination 2?
I don't know. It just feels like a really special movie that has a lot of heart into it. From like any other movie, like from the Final Destination movies or just any movie in general. I don't mean like no movies have heart into them. Like all movies have heart into them, but I feel like this one just feels like a huge compliment to the original and better
Yeah.
in my.
It has the ties to the original and stuff,
Yeah.
and brings back certain characters
Yeah,
like motherfucking Tony Todd.
and Claire who
Yep.
didn't again.
And then I guess if you want to consider Alex in a photograph in the psych ward.
I mean, like I wonder what that scene was that led to Alex's death.
Well,
I highly doubt they could recreate it because Devin Sawa looks so much different now.
yeah, but
It was
he died from, what was it? It's an off screen. His death took place between the first and the second movie off screen technically, and
died to a
it was by a brick.
yeah, it was a brick.
It was a brick.
And not even like a huge amount of brick. A single brick to
A
the
single
head.
brick. If you want to count that as a kill in the movie, that might be the weakest one.
Even Dead Meat gave him a machete, so we all agree on that.
Yeah, I did rewatch it and try to refresh my memory a little bit on it because it has been a while. The movie came out 2003, which was a year after I was born. So, yeah, so 19 years ago,
Yeah.
going on 20 years, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
And the movie starts off
On the highway.
Yep, on the highway with Kimberly, her friends, and the two of the most douchiest dudes I've ever seen.
I don't know. I
They
don't know how. I don't know how the girl was horny for some of them.
and she
I'm
said
not
that she said she was horny for them in front of the
Dad.
Kimberly's dad. She said, "Let's go get the boys. I'm horny." And when watching it, you don't see her say it, but I know that was probably added in later because it sounds like a voiceover.
Yeah.
I feel that was probably something added in afterwards, and like post.
I don't know what. How did I forget? How did I forget it for this occasion? Out of all, out of all the times to forget it, I forgot to. I have the Blu-ray with me while I'm redoing this.
Oh, is that the Blu-ray for Final Destination 2? Yep.
Yeah, it is. In fact, it is.
But yeah, the movie begins on the highway, and
Yeah.
they're driving, and then there's the big truck with the wooden logs on it, which still gives me anxiety today. Even in real life, if I'm driving on the highway and I see one of those, I'm like, I'm getting in the next lane. I ain't staying behind it.
I'm only 1 year away from having that nightmare.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It is not at all.
Freaking cop gets destroyed.
It's like I also want that leads into like the kills.
The kills are really good. The kills are pretty solid.
Yeah, and the premonition, in my opinion, is the best one. Best action based, best.
With the highway scene.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah.
It's just. It's like what I like about some of the Final Destination movies and the way they depict those premonitions, where like, it's death, where it's like you see it, but it feels like something like it's like they exaggerate how it is, but it definitely feels real in a way.
Yeah.
Like, of course, not an entire not a huge burnout would happen, but there's a possibility, and it's exaggerated to its fullest.
Yeah. But yeah, they're on the on ramp to get onto the highway, and they're stopped because she hasn't merged on yet, and then that old homeless lady comes up and drops her cans, and the two friends in the back seat, they start making fun of the homeless lady.
That's when the premonition starts. That's when it starts.
Yeah, because then they get on, and then what happens first? Is it the wooden log? Oh no, the cop spills his coffee on him.
Yeah, that's how we started off before he gets hit with the log.
Yep, he spills his coffee on his leg, and then the logs start falling, and that's just
Yeah,
when all hell breaks loose.
that's understatement.
Yeah, yeah, and I watched a little bit of the behind the scenes for that, and a lot of the crashes and stuff were actually done by stunt coordinators and stuff, which was actually pretty cool. Not
I like looking at the crashes. Like, I don't know how they don't have any concussions or like any injuries that are terrible from that. They probably have safety stuff on them,
yeah,
but I have no idea how
they're
there's not even at least one broken
they're
river.
they're trained professionals.
Well, yeah. The movie with the CGI, it's not like the CGI where they just decided to make it only the CGI. It's CGI and practical effects, which work really well in its favor
Yeah,
for the and how it was filmed. Like when the cop gets just demolished by the wood piece. We're talking about him a lot. When he gets demolished by the wood piece, the face is not real. It's just it's just like from another scene or just him reacting to it. It's
yeah.
great.
I know with the wooden logs they tried to make it with real ones, but it didn't work, so they went with CG. And to be honest, they don't look that bad for logs that are CG. They look pretty good.
I swear though, we sound like we're taking from James, and it sounds exactly like what James said, but it's
It's
true
true
though.
though. Yeah,
I it's like it's probably the best CGI and still holds up. Still holds up really well. It really holds up that good.
yeah.
But
It really does.
yeah, we should now talk about the movie. Let's talk about further into the movie. We've just been talking about the entire crash scene. Like,
It's one of the best scenes of the whole movie. it, it's that scene is probably the reason why so many people get anxiety driving on the highway now.
pile up, pile up. The
Yes.
bus. Yep. Um. So Kimberly blocks the before merging, and
Yeah.
the cop comes out, and basically everyone starts to be mad that that she's blocking from merging, and well, we all know what happens from here. The actual crash does happen.
Yeah.
It does, and but then we get the twist that Kimberly was gonna die first after the crash when she's pulled from the no, she's like her death is intervened by the cop. Remember?
Yeah. Now the rest of the movie, not just the
Yeah.
highway scene. So after the highway scene, it cuts to all the people.
Police station.
Is that the police station, or is it the scene where they're all at home and the news
That's
tells?
after. That's after that. The police station is before. Um, it's like Kimberly's the only is like the odd one out in the situation because practically nobody believes her.
Yeah.
Not from the deep voice Kratos, Eugene,
Yeah.
Rory, who's probably too high to understand what's going on, and I don't know the businesswoman. I forgot her name. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now.
The businesswoman. She's the pregnant one, right?
So that's
So her name Lorraine.
That let me. I need to check. Wait. Give me a second. I'm gonna have the names of the characters on my screen, just so we don't forget them. We need to learn this shit. Kat. Her name is Kat. Kat.
Yep, that's right.
That's her name. The pregnant woman was Isabella.
Isabel. Yep, that was it.
She didn't. It's like she becomes somewhat of a big part of the story for some reason afterwards, but it's kind of not at the same time.
Yeah, because they think if she has the baby, that they'll be all right because it's a new form of life that's brought in.
Which brings the question though, like, does it really do anything? Because, like, even when in Final Destination 5, when what's his name? Like when the two main characters, I can't remember their name right now. They killed the boss, the guy, the Miles Fisher, and then they went on the plane. Does it mean just you can escape the death you were supposed to, but you can't escape the one death has now gave you? That brings a question in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Because that's how it is. It's like there is no real escape from death. No one in the series has escaped from death. No one.
No. I mean, what's her name from the first one? That's in the second one.
Claire.
What? Say it
Claire.
again. Claire.
Claire.
Yeah.
Or Claire. I forgot her name.
I guess she. If you think about it, she technically had the smartest idea though. She put herself in a hospital in a padded room where really nothing can come in or out.
Yeah, I don't really know what she was really going to do and what Death was going to do with her there.
Yeah, no, she was pretty. It seemed like she was pretty much in a pretty safe environment from that.
So then they go back to their houses, and Evan, the guy who was in I Always Know What You Did Last Summer and got
Yep.
faced an Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Yep.
He won the lottery in the movie.
Yep. Because he's going back to his apartment and he has the Mac computer, the old Mac computers, and some other stuff.
Yeah, your average New York apartment.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So Death is working backwards in this movie because Evan was the last to die in the premonition.
Yep. He burned in his car.
Yeah. I don't understand though. Why would you do like go in the kitchen with your gold watch? That's his mistake right there. That's his main mistake.
The main mistake was his ring. His freaking ring came off and went down the sink. Because he tried to reach it, but then he realized his diamond out gold watch was too big.
Yeah, it's this is why he gets some of the worst deaths that you can feel.
Yeah. And then he throws spaghetti out the window.
Yep, as I said, average New Yorker.
Just right in that alleyway, just tosses out the window.
I don't know, that spaghetti looked kind of good. I would eat it. Maybe it was expired or something. I don't remember.
He probably just like had it the day before, and then it was like, "This is cold," just so threw it out the window. Didn't take care of his just dishes from the day before, so he just threw it out the window. He's like, "This is no good no more."
Yeah, but it is what it is with him. Like I swear though, it's like this dude is the same in every single movie he's in. Like I always did last summer. Like he looks exactly the same. There's nothing to change about Evan.
Yeah.
Or David.
He's in the kitchen and he takes his shirt off and he has nipple piercings. I'm pretty sure. If I saw that correctly.
I think so. I can't remember on the top of my head, but I swear it's like
he's trying to cook something and then his ring falls down the sink. and then
Yeah,
what he's cooking catches on fire.
I guess, but we can technically call Evan someone who like really needs to get his act together because I don't know why he went for the ring. I understand like it's expensive, but with your watch, with your watch, that's like double. That's just
Yeah.
double.
So his apartment catches on fire, and then the windows shut on their own.
That's the only instance of it where it's like it shouldn't feel like there's a force.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think. I with death. I think it should just be that if you don't know, it should feel like it's something else.
It shouldn't feel like there's like a supernatural type element
Yeah, that's
because
the only problem with this one.
that's what happens with the teacher when he's in the hospital. The vents shut, and then a bunch of his stuff starts coming unplugged on their own.
Yeah, Eugene.
Eugene.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, because he's in the hospital and all the ventilators and stuff are becoming unplugged and stuff, and vents are closing.
yeah. So Evan breaks the window. He goes down. His apartment explodes, and then he somehow like slips so bad on.
He stepped on the spaghetti he threw out the window, and slipped.
It's like, how do you mess up that bad? That's just basically your fault at that
When
point.
they, I knew that spaghetti was coming back because they could have just shot it him throwing him out the window, but they shot it him throwing it out the window and then it landing on the ground in the alleyway. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's coming back somehow.
Am I the only one though that I think that his death was? I might sound like a dumbass right now, but I don't think his death was that lethal in a way. Like, yes, he got impaled through the eye by a ladder, but it's not. If it hit like if it were really that, yes, but it most like, but we don't know. It just cuts straight away.
Yeah. No, I don't. I think yeah, it depends on how fast and how hard that thing's coming down. Because
Yeah,
it got in there. Let's be real. It got in there a little bit. They show it, and then so after Evan dies, it cuts to is it Tim, the 15-year-old?
well, it doesn't cut there yet. It doesn't cut there yet, but it's like where they get the news of the death. Where they get the
Oh
news to see
yeah,
it.
because there was 18 people.
No, about like oh yeah, we just skipped over the part that they just saw about the news of Cass. I just realized we
Yeah.
just skipped, but yeah, they just about it and um. So after Evan's death, they see that he died,
Yep.
and then Kimberly goes to Thomas's house, the cop, and what's like so, and then she just sees some pigeons. I remember, right? She saw
Yep.
pigeons. Right?
Yep. Because this is where it has to come to Tim because um I'm sorry the person that plays Tim. I'm sorry, he's probably a young adult in this, and he's playing a 15-year-old, and
Yeah,
his mom is still tucking him in. I'm like, how? I'm like, what?
yeah. But it feels it feels weird because it feels really weird in a way. What's funny to me though is that Nora's actor could be technically be the mom of
Yeah.
James, like the universe. They have a 21-year age difference.
Oh
That's
wow.
crazy. But like, I don't. It brings up the question if when it comes to Tim's death, when he gets fucking abolished by the glass, remember?
Yep.
He it brings up the question like if Kimberly never went there, would Tim have survived? Because the only reason for his death was because of him running to the pigeons.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It feels like it's kind of weird with Death's rules sometimes how that works.
Yeah. I think
I don't.
because he escaped death twice. The once with the highway, and then while he's at his dentist, right? Is that his dentist?
Yeah, he escapes it.
Um, the dentist leaves, and somehow he almost suffocates on oxygen.
A laughing gas.
Laughing gas, yeah. And then there's like a thing above his head with like little fish and stuff, little rubber things. Yeah. And it drops into his mouth, but one of the dentist assistants got him before he could choke on it.
Yeah.
And then that's when him and the mom leave, and then he sees the pigeons and starts messing with the pigeons, and then
oh yeah, we just skipped over an entire scene. I just realized
we did.
We skipped over Kimberly going to Claire.
Oh yeah, that's right, because she went to the psych ward. It's a psych. Yeah, it's a psych ward, right?
Psych ward, yeah.
And from the video I just watched, that's the same psych ward that was used in Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah, that shitty movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we needed that.
It has Busta Rhymes in it, though.
Yeah, just who I wanted to have. Busta Rhymes kicking the shit out of Michael Myers with fucking karate.
He knows karate.
I don't even think the Busta Rhymes of now could do it.
It'd be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do kind of wish, though, with Alex's death, that it was better like explained in a way, because it's kind of weird just to see, oh, he died from a fucking brick.
Yeah, I think Alex deserved a better death, and then for it to be shown just on a Polaroid picture. Where did she even get the Polaroid picture from?
I don't know, probably from...
That's like something that would actually come out of an evidence like book from like a police station or something.
Yeah. I believe though after death they go to like some place, I don't remember, but they go to some place where they all meet up.
Yeah.
Live, I believe.
Isn't it one of the guys' apartments? Isn't it the cop's apartment?
I'm pretty sure it's Thomas's apartment.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Thomas's apartment.
And I think it's an okay location, but it feels like just a lobby location. Like if there was a Final Destination game, that should be the lobby room. That should be the just how to attempt for some shit. That would be fun.
Like they got the Saw video games. Now they should have a Final Destination one.
But as I would say, like mom, like son, the mom dies after her son in the elevator. Remember?
Yeah, because she gets her head caught in the elevator door and it just totally decapitates her.
I don't know what the hell that guy was.
He was sniffing her hair. That old man.
I feel like though this would be kind of the most avoidable death.
It could have been, but he had them prosthetics and stuff, and
yeah, we don't really know about that. But we all know that Rory did show dog shit on his dog shit on his shoe.
His boot. He tried to put it in that one dude's face on the elevator.
My God, those types of elevators scare me. The ones that don't stop for you when there's a person going through. Yeah. That's scary. That in itself is scary as shit.
Yeah. And then Kimberly has another vision of the van going in the water, and then the doctor, she thinks the doctor's choking Isabella because they got to the point where Tony Todd talked about a new life can stop the cycle, so they think that Isabella's baby is the reason to
You're,
stop, and
yeah,
so they're on their way to the hospital.
yeah. It does, and then the scene where they're talking, all of them are talking in the car. Oh yeah. Besides, we can just ignore the fact that Eugene has probably is traumatized from the situation with Nora afterwards.
Yeah. And then while they're on their way to the hospital, while Isabella's giving birth, they all talk about how they've cheated death already before, and
I say it's like good on paper, but it's like it's loosely connected in a way.
like a lot of them are connected to the first film, even if it's by a little.
Nora's connected with the bus
The
scene, you know.
bus,
Rory's connected with
and then Tom.
Eugene, Eugene with the teacher,
Yep, and then Thomas is tied in from.
Billy.
Is it from when the sign is coming down? He was at the
But
rest.
when half of his head is cut off.
Yeah,
That and what was Kimberly's? I forgot. I don't remember. I can't remember what hers was.
I almost feel like it had to do with, or no, that was Claire,
Uh,
because Claire was still connected with the flight.
uh, she was too busy watching the news about Alex Browning's friend getting hanged. Remember?
Oh, yep,
Yeah, because that's what I need just to watch that, just for my mom to get mugged.
yep. So they're on their way to the hospital, and Kimberly has that vision.
And then they crash, and then Eugene gets a pipe through him, and then Kat almost gets a pipe through her head.
No, she does because they crash, and so the paramedics or whatever show up,
Yeah,
and she tells them that the jaws of life are too loud, and he kind of is like a douche about it. He's like, oh, I'll put it in silent mode, and really, I don't know if it's professional to do it the way he did, but he just jams it in the car, and it sets off the airbag, and it hits her head back into the pole.
I really don't understand this stuff, though. I really don't understand this one. It's like,
And,
and how it was this difficult to
yeah,
get her. Like, I understand maybe it was a safety hazard with the pipe and the wood, but
yeah.
here,
And then while the paramedics are showing up, Thomas saves a kid that's about to be hit by one of the ambulances. Brian, that's his name, Brian.
it's like,
And then
it's when I was saying, like, I remember, like, I made a joke about clear. You get it? Clear.
yeah.
That's jokes now. We're making
No, and then Rory gets the
ratification.
um it was
Barbed wire.
barbed wire. Yeah, it was barbed wire that just sliced right through him.
The fence, though, I remember.
And so now it's just Kimberly and Thomas left.
It's what's weird about Rory's death is like it feels like it's gonna be CGI, but like barely any of it was CGI.
Yeah, it was all
It was only the organs that were CGI.
yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, yeah, the practical effects in this are actually all pretty good.
We're just handing it to them at this point.
They deserve the Oscar for it.
Yeah, I highly doubt the Oscars give a shit about them.
Oscars don't give a shit about horror movies in general.
They probably mistake something for a horror movie if they would even bat an eye.
Yeah. Um but yeah,
That was,
it's Kimberly and Thomas left, and they get to the
it's clear. It's clear. Wait, give me a sec.
There, good.
All right, so it's the people alive right now are Eugene, Clear,
Yep.
Thomas, and Kimberly.
Yep.
It's honestly like, oh, I wanted Eugene to do more. Honestly, Eugene was pretty
Eu-
wasted.
Eugene at this point is actually he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
So he's in the hospital. He's still alive, but as of now, it's technically only Kimberly, Claire, and Thomas. And they head to the hospital and they try and stop the nurse that Kimberly saw in her vision because they thought she was going to kill her by choking her.
Yeah, because that's what the doctor's gonna do, just fucking strangle you.
Strangle you while you're having a baby.
That,
So,
like, so then Eugene, when, like, we completely just skipped over, we completely skipped over Isabella's, like, entire stuff where they put her in jail, and then she gave birth, remember?
yep.
We skipped the,
yeah.
but it's like,
We're just getting this. We're getting there. We're getting there.
oh, then she delivers the baby, and they say everything's fine. But then out of nowhere, I swear though, Kimberly got annoying in the movie. Sometimes it's like she's like that kid who sings they've got everything done, and as soon as they're about to finish it, it's just, oh wait, forgot something. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
The actress that played Kimberly in this, her acting isn't that great.
Kinda.
And then, but she's actually really good in Criminal Minds because she is in Criminal Minds. I do watch that with my family sometimes, and she is in that, so she's pretty good in that.
And I watch Final Destination 2 by myself.
And
that's true.
But so they get to there. Isabella has the baby. It's a boy.
It's a baby boy. And
It's a boy.
Chucky would have wanted that.
Yeah. And so Claire goes to check on Eugene.
We should be pronouncing it Clear, I believe. I can't remember.
Clear?
Clear? I think Clear. Yeah, it's Clear. It's
Clear?
So yeah, we've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time, I think.
Well, we're sorry. Don't yell at us, people. Sorry. So, but she goes to check on Eugene, and then when she opens the door, the shit just ignites. It blows up.
I feel like Clear deserved a better death than that.
I almost didn't think she deserved to die. Just yet.
How is she this? How did she just become like the average kid in a disaster movie?
Yep.
They're going there. She how did she just get too comfortable out of nowhere?
Yeah.
It's Clear. She literally avoided a plane crash.
Yep. But but yeah, her and Eugene just burst into flames when she opens that door to check on him.
Now, poor Eugene though. Bro barely did.
I know. They both went out, and they both went out in flames.
Yeah, and then I guess Kimberly now decides to go in the van and decides just to
because she has another vision. Then she realizes it wasn't Isabella in the vision; it was her.
Yeah,
She's the new life.
She goes to the van, does a GTA 5 bad driver test, and just goes.
She sends it into the pond or lake or whatever.
Did Thomas get her out though? Did
Thomas jumped in and she closed her eyes, and then she's coming to, and it shows the doctor that she saw that was supposedly strangling Isabella, but it's not. It turns out that she's trying to resuscitate her with the electric things.
Yeah.
She flatlined, so she died for a minute there, and then comes back to life, and then it's that realization that she was the new life that was supposed to happen.
Yep, she got her death sentence.
Yep. And so supposedly she has a new life now and is supposedly all good now, and it's killed the cycle.
And to the people who expected a happy ending, apparently in Final Destination 3, it says that they died in a wood chipper accident.
Of course, because that's
But
that's what we like.
I just want to hear that fucking Kimberly died in a wood chipper accident.
I wonder how. I wonder how that even did happen.
What?
Like, what was she doing to be involved with a wood chipper?
Oh yeah, Thomas and her died, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. So, Tom. So she wakes up and Thomas or her are having a good moment, and then it goes to the cookout where they crashed the car because it was a family's like barn or something.
It was no, it was where the Brian kid was, and he was doing a grill.
Yep.
Remember? He
and
fucking.
Yeah, because the parents are talking about how Brian almost got hit by an ambulance.
But Rory took it upon himself just to intervene.
Yeah.
And what doesn't make sense to me though, how that works really. Does Def just add someone else to the list who wasn't even part of it to begin with?
Well, he was supposed to get hit by the ambulance, and then Rory saved him.
Yeah, but it feels weird.
Yeah. And then... but yeah, the parents talk about, oh yeah, Brian almost got hit by an ambulance, and then Kimberly and Thomas look at each other like, oh shit. And then so he's by the grill, and all of a sudden the shit explodes, it kills him. And
but
then
what I realized, like, how fast did the mom cry? It was 2 seconds when he blew up, and she's already burst into tears.
Yeah. And then his freaking hand lands on her plate.
She goes entirely scream queen on his ass.
She just starts screaming as his hand just lands on her plate.
Oh yeah, Final Destination moments happening on set, I see. I brought you so many honking.
Nope, that is a train in my backyard. I have a train in my backyard.
You are the most unlucky man I've ever seen.
It derailed once when I was little, and then the whole town had to. It derailed once, and then it derailed a second time, and that second time it had an oil leak, and they had to evacuate like half of the town.
Yeah. If a Final Destination 6 comes out anytime soon,
they are working on a new one right now. I heard.
It to be like a boat accident.
A boat.
Like a Titanic-esque type of accident.
There you go. They can make a Final Destination Titanic.
There's no real other way to go about it. I don't know any more topics that are like everyone does it, but it can go horribly wrong.
Yeah. They can make a Final Destination movie about the Titanic set in 1912. I mean, why not?
This just be a prequel of the prequel of the prequel.
Yeah.
That's just amazing to us. But all in all, Final Destination 2, pretty good movie in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid for a sequel, and then it just kind of goes downhill from there.
Yeah, let's just ignore the fact that
Which one is it with the escalator?
Yeah, that's the Final Destination 4. Which, by the way,
I actually like 4, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's why I fucking hate 4. I ordered a Blu-ray for the first Final Destination movie, and it gave me the 4th movie.
Where'd you order it one?
It said the original Final Destination cover. It just said Final Destination, not the Final Destination, Final Destination 4. I got the Final Destination.
Did you order it like from Amazon or eBay or something?
Amazon.
Yeah. That's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Their freaking titles are so...
Oh, don't even get me started on Halloween. There's 3 Halloween movies that just say Halloween.
The original, Rob Zombie, and then Greens.
A new remake one. But, yeah, Final Destination 2, if you do plan on watching it, go ahead and watch it. It's a great movie. It's a great experience.
I'll put the streaming services it's on in the description so people can see that and know. Or I'll put it at the end of the video.
We'll see. But yeah, this has been a good time. But first, your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, I appreciate you being on and being my first guest, man.
All right, I
All
got
right.
one thing.
What's
I
that?
have a